How you guys doing? What is today? Monday. Just getting done teaching at my shop, and thought I'd hop on here and holler at you guys. I've been busy, man. Well, actually, this last week, I got done teaching last Wednesday, and I went home and I got really sick. And I was sick I had to cancel this past weekend shows. I was playing Friday and Saturday night. Saturday night show was a big deal to me. It was for a friend of mine's memorial. I couldn't be there because I was sick, but I was supposed to play and sing, and I apologize to Chris Schulte and everybody up there that was going to come and see me play, and that they did get a replacement for me. But man, I was shot this weekend. I was out. I don't know what it was. It hit me. Today is the first day. This is Monday. It's the first day I've actually felt halfway human. I'm not 100% yet, but I'm getting better. So thank the good Lord for that. I had some questions. I've been getting a lot of questions. I want to thank everybody who's been subscribing to my page on YouTube. I appreciate it very much. Thanks for watching and subscribing and leaving comments down below. I'm getting ready to answer some comments. I had some questions here. Some people had asked me on my YouTube stuff and on my live shows on here, and I'm going to be videoing for YouTube, and we're getting ready to sell tickets to this. There's only going to be like 20 tickets sold for this, and once those 20 tickets are gone, it's gone. But we're wanting to do it in front of a small audience, and we're going to do these YouTube shows quite a bit at the shop at George Guitars, and I'm going to have special guests. If you guys want to be a part of that, man, shoot me a message. Hey man, pencil me in sometime. I'd love to come down and jam with you on YouTube, and I'll get you on stage and we'll jam a song or two and visit. And but if you come to the show, just know you're going to be on camera. The audience will be on camera, and of course the stage will be on camera. It's a very small venue, and it's not about a big venue. It's about getting to y'all out there on the internet world. So anyway, thanks again for subscribing, and if you haven't, make sure you subscribe too, man. I appreciate that and all your comments. I got some questions on YouTube and also on my other outlets, where I do videos, and everybody's asking about this guitar. And this guitar right here, they're wanting to know what year model this guitar. This is a 69 Fender Telecaster. And everybody's saying, well, it's got a black pickguard. Yeah, I've got the original white pickguard, but it's got the black one on it. I just haven't changed it out. But this was a one-owner guitar, little ashtray. That for y'all that don't know, it goes on back here. It was a one-owner guitar, and it's got the original case with it, and it came out of a church. I knew the guy that bought it new. I was really young when he bought this thing new, and I was like 4 years old, 3 years old, somewhere in there. So he bought this new, and he kept it for all these years, and he passed away, and his grandson got it and called me up earlier this year and wanted to know if I was interested in buying it. So I bought the guitar, and this thing is just amazing guitar. It's incredible. It's one owner. Never been in a honky tonk. I've never taken it into one yet. I'm not saying I won't, but it's been a good Christian guitar, I should say, its whole life, and it's really, really nice. There's nothing. It's really a nice guitar. And but anyway, that kind of answers your question. They want to know about the guitar and if I knew any history. And like I said, that's the history of it. This guitar was bought new in Arkansas, Fayetteville, Arkansas, at Ben Jack's Guitar Center in Fayetteville in 1969. When this guitar was bought, the net date, I believe, to July something, 6th, 8th or something, 69. Lucky to get it, very honored to have it, and it's a sweet Telecaster. My second question, a guy wants to know, Georgia, he said, he wants to know who my favorite guitar player is. Well, if you've been following me very long, you know that's Jerry Reed. Jerry Reed was just amazing. He did the claw thing. Back then, nobody was really doing that, and he had that touch and that feel. Plus, he was fun. He was a great entertainer. He was a great songwriter, a great actor, and I just loved Reed. He was from around the Atlanta, Georgia area. I got to do 2 or 3 shows with him. I think I've talked about that before on here. He was just amazing. He was just a really nice guy. I didn't get to know him very well, but those shows I got to do with him, he knew I was a young kid. I think I might have been just out of high school, but he knew he was my hero, and he knew I was really nervous around him, and he knew I was a young player. I've been playing, but I was a young player, and very green, and he knew it, but he was very kind. Gave me a lot of encouraging words, told me to move to Nashville. He was just a really cool guy, and I loved him to death, and I miss him every day. I loved his songwriting. He was a great songwriter, funny entertainer, and he was a monster guitar player, influenced a ton of guitar players out here. I was watching the old John 5 the other day. The guy plays guitar for Motley Crue. Seen him last year, by the way, and he was talking on there. He was a big Jerry Reed fan. And I'm thinking, man, John 5, this guy that's playing all this other stuff. Yeah, Jerry Reed. So Jerry Reed influenced a ton of guitar players. What kind of strings do I use? My strings I use now is Kurt Mangum strings. Kurt Mangum strings are some of the best strings I've ever played. I love them. On a Telecaster, I use 9s. What's cool about Kurt Mangum strings is if you want a custom set, he can do that for you. I just use stock 9 to 42s. On my Teles. Strats, I'll use 10s. But Kurt Mangum strings, man, you can order yours at www.kurtmangum.com, and he can fix you up, and the strings are incredible. Kurt Mangum strings all the way, baby. What kind of amps? This guy wants to know. He said, what do you like play through live? Well, the venues we play, a lot of the venues are not super big, but and they're not really small. Some are small, but we play a lot of casino dates and that kind of stuff, festivals, and this time of the year. I like, if I'm going to run straight into an amp with my pedal board, I like a 65 reissue Blackface Deluxe reverb. I've got a real Blackface Vibrolux at the house that my uncle bought new, and when he passed, I ended up with an amp from his family because none of the kids played. So I ended up with that amp, and it's mint, and it sounds amazing. I don't ever take it out. I also have a 100-watt head Fuchs head. It's a double clone, and it sounds amazing. I'm going to sell that if anybody's interested in it. Shoot me a message about that. But it's amazing sound. It's amazing sounding amp. I've got videos of me playing through it on here somewhere on videos, but I love it. I just never take it out anymore. And then also, I just got a Kemper, a modeling amp, and a lot of guitar players like them. A lot of guitar players hate them. I've never taken it on stage before. I'm liking the sounds I'm getting out of it right now. I'm going to do a video of that soon. So I like everything. I'm not one of those guys that said, I ain't doing that because I don't have no tubes or don't have this. I'm after a tone and a sound, and the venue I'm playing at, if it's small, I want it to sound good out front. So that's me. I like tone, and I don't have to play loud on stage. I can, but I like to play with dynamics, and when I walk up to sing, I want to hear myself sing. And normally, I think I got, well, no, I don't. Normally we're a 3-piece band. Sometimes we're 4. But, and I do a lot of the singing in the band, most of it. Well, with my brother being out, I do all of it now, but when my brother gets back, he'll hopefully go back to doing part of it. So anyway, that's my deal with amps. I mean, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on gear here today, but a Blackface reissue 65 Deluxe will get you just about any tone. It's a great amp. It does the job. It gets it done, and that sounds great. I don't know what else to say about that. That's probably my pick for what I do, So anyway, oh boy, here's a good one. What's my opinion on today's country? Well, I'll be honest with you, I like all kinds of music. I do. I do like Morgan Wallen. Do I like Florida Georgia Line? Not really. But I'm not one of I'm not one of those guys that's going to sit here and run down what these younger kids are doing out here. I mean, I think music is great. I think you should let them do what they do. And if you don't like it, that's okay. The only thing I will say, I think they should have a different, like for pop country, have a chart for that, and then leave the country music side alone maybe. But no, I get what they're doing. It's all about, at the end of the day, it's all about business and who's going to sell out stadiums like Taylor Swift, and who's going to, Morgan Wallen is a hoss, man. He's out there. He's got a lot of issues with himself, but he's a hoss. I like his singing, songwriting. I like them all, really. There's not, There's music I like and I don't like. There's some I like better than others. I'm a big Vince Gill fan, Keith Urban. I like Urban. I was a Haggard fan, the biggest Haggard fan in the world. I'm a big fan of songwriters, you know, that kind of stuff. But I like it all, really. I like Southern rock and rock and roll. I mean, Stevie Nicks, I played a while ago, Fleetwood Mac. I love that stuff, you know, and I like all that kind of music. I don't want to be put in one corner. I want to play music and play with good bands and get to spread out and play some, you know. So that's my take on today's country. Is it country? It is today. Was it 10 years ago? No. Was it when Merle was big? No. You know, when Waylon and Willie came out, a lot of people didn't like that outlaw thing. I loved it. I was a young kid. I loved that stuff, you know, and On the Road Again and all that stuff, you know, and Waylon Jennings. And Ain't Living Long Like This. That kind of stuff. I love that stuff. Gene Watson's a good friend of mine. I love that stuff. And the older country stars I really dig. I love that stuff. But I do like the new stuff too. Some of it, you know, some of it's not my cup of tea, but I'm not there again. I'm not the guy that's going to say, you shouldn't do that because that sucks. I'm not. Let them do what they do. It's all about the business at the end of the day. To the people that's having chart records, it's all about the business mode. So there you go. That answers your question. Hey, do I write songs? Yeah, I write songs. I do. We've got one record out. It's called the George Brothers, Friends and Outlaws Forever. I got a new record getting ready to come out. I write funny songs too. And I got this record coming, a comedy record coming out. And it's got songs on there called Let's Get Naked, I Found Love at Love's Truck Stop, Let's Get Drunk and Make Up. You know, I got that kind of stuff coming out with real music, and it's, you know, it's just funny songs, and I like to laugh and have a good time. You know, maybe I get that in Jerry Reed, I don't know, but and I also have an instrumental record that's almost done, that's coming out, and it's kind of what I've been doing, just staying busy and you know, been moving this store and getting it done. I got 30 kids a week now, 28, something like that I teach Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays, and sometimes Thursdays I do makeup classes, and I do some 1-hour classes. Also, I do online stuff. You can go to georgeguitars.net or georgebrothers.net and get information on about that. I'd love to have you if you'd like to do some online lessons with me. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. Make sure you subscribe. 69 Telecaster for those who was asking. It's a nice guitar. I love this thing. Subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down if you like this video. Man, leave your comments. I love talking to you guys, and I appreciate it. I'll see you guys soon. God bless. Stay safe. Turn it up. Play loud.